The new electric Jeep Wagoneer, guys. Is this a car you should consider? Is it worth looking at? Is it worth buying? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. The new Wagoneer S has 600 horsepower, but is it actually good value? Well, yeah. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. The new Jeep Wagoneer S and Wagoneer. Well, the Wagoneer S, for one, let's start with that. It has 600 horsepower. It can do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds. Actually looks pretty good. Has a range of 300 plus miles. But, well, it is kind of expensive. At $72,000, some people are saying that Jeep's going to struggle to sell them. Anyhow, the new Jeep Wagoneer S is the company's first global battery electric vehicle. So it's a global EV from Jeep. It's about time they brought something out, and it does look nice, guys. But, I mean, is it going to be a success at this price? The launch edition has 20-inch wheels, which of course will make the range a bit less than what it would be with smaller wheels. It has a standard dual panel panoramic sunroof and a starting price of $72,000 US. Now, I should point out, guys, there is also a Trailhawk concept of this vehicle, so more of an off-road version as well, which will come soon. Jeep have shown what that looks like, so here's some images of what that actually will look like. That model has 31.5-inch tires, lifted suspension, a rear axle locker, so this will be a proper off-road electric SUV. That's nice, but I mean, what's the price going to be if the non-Trailhawk version is $72,000? $80,000? Too expensive. I think they're pricing themselves out. I mean, for example, the Kia EV9, that starts at around $55,000 US. So this is much more expensive. But Jeep are very bullish. They believe it's going to be a massive success. They have a target of selling 1 million vehicles, 1 million EVs in the US by the end of 2025 and 2 million worldwide. Is that likely? Well, maybe if their $25,000 EV is a big success and actually becomes real, which it could, you never know. But Jeep don't have very long. I mean, the end of 2025, we're a year and a half away. So I can't see that being very likely to happen in America. The Wagoneer S is an important part, though, of their EV global domination plan. Jeep has the Tesla Model Y Performance clearly in its sight, but the Model Y Performance is much, much cheaper. The Model Y Performance is $51,500, meaning it's $20,500 cheaper. So really, this vehicle is actually closer in price to a Tesla Model X at $78,000. Now, what are the good things about it? Well, it has a range of more than 300 miles. 300 miles is 482 kilometers, and it has a pretty big battery. It's a 100 kilowatt hour battery. And the Model Y Performance has 280 miles of range, which is 450 kilometers. That's on the EPA cycle, by the way, guys. Outside of America, it has about 60 kilometers more range. The Wagoneer S can be recharged pretty quickly, 20 to 80% in 23 minutes with a DC fast charger. So I'm going to guess charging speed is potentially 300 kilowatt, 250 maybe. Anyway, it's very fast charging. So how big is it? It's not quite as big as a Tesla Model X, but it's definitely bigger than a Tesla Model Y. It's 192.4 inches long. That's 4,886 millimeters, so nearly 4.9 meters. 83.6 inches wide. That's 2,123 millimeters, and 64.8 inches tall. It's pretty wide. And the length, like I said, this means it's approximately 5% bigger than a Tesla Model Y. At the moment, it's going to come in only one configuration at launch. That's a single electric motor with 600 horsepower. Now, I don't know how they're putting out this much power from one motor, but guys, one relatively small motor is putting out an enormous amount of power, 447 kilowatt, 600 horsepower, and 617 pound-feet of torque. That's 837 newton meters. Now imagine if they put two of those motors on this vehicle, made an all-wheel drive version. That would be ridiculous. Now apparently, very unusual, guys, here. It's got a single motor, but it sends power from that one motor to all four wheels. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. Anyhow, apparently select terrain drive modes will give confidence in all weather. The front wheels can be disconnected when cruising to help extend range. And for rough stuff, this is not meant for it. The Trailhawk version, that's meant for going off-road. This is more of a road-dwelling vehicle. You know, you can drive on gravel, that's okay, but not off-roading. Anyhow, the Wagoneer S has the ability to do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 96 kilometers an hour pretty quickly, 3.4 seconds. And that said, though, it's a very, very heavy car. The Tesla Model Y weighs around 1,900 kilograms, so about 4,200 pounds. This is 1,500 pounds heavier than a Model Y. It's 2,570 kilograms. Guys, 5% bigger, but an increase of more than 600 kilos. It's extremely heavy. So it's not going to be all that efficient, unfortunately. Now that said, it can do 124 miles an hour, top speed, 200 kilometers an hour. So if you want a performance electric SUV, it's a pretty nice one. But you are going to pay for it though, obviously. Now Jeep says somehow the Wagoneer S has a CD of 0.29, the same as a Tesla Model 3. Now I don't think that's true, guys. I'm sorry, Jeep, but you can sue me if you want. That's a lie. There's no way known this has the same drag as a Tesla Model 3. Now guys, just for some bit of interest here, I've studied aerodynamics, not at university or college, but I've spent hundreds of hours studying aerodynamics. There is no chance this Jeep EV has the same base drag coefficient as a Tesla Model 3. But I'm sure it does have a good drag coefficient, just not as good as they're saying. Anyway, now Jeep say the secret to their amazing drag coefficient, which would be the best of any vehicle this size I know of in the world, is because of the precise slope and curvature of the hood and the windshield. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Anyhow, the door handles, they're good. They're flush with the body. That would definitely help. Extra attention has been paid to the car's underside with underbody shields and tire spats. These ensure no needless pockets of air are present. So aerodynamics have been looked at with this car. That's very, very nice that they've done that. But to be fair, guys, most EVs have underbody shields. That's pretty common in the industry. Anyhow, other features, guys, what else do we know? Well, Launch Edition includes 20-inch gloss black wheels. Not my thing personally, but I know a lot of people like them. It has no chrome. It's got environmental reasons for removing chrome. So the exterior has gloss black and dark neutral gray elements. Now, I didn't know chrome was bad for the environment, but apparently Jeep says it is. I think worse for the environment is the fact that this car is more than 1,000 pounds heavier than it should be. And for me personally, that's a key reason that I would rule it out. I'm not going to go and spend $72,000 on a car that is just, honestly, it's like a fatso. I mean, why is it so heavy? There's no reason for it to be this heavy. It should not be this heavy. I get that it's a big vehicle, and I get that it's not massively heavy in comparison to, say, internal combustion competition. I'm not even saying that it is. Guys, this whole myth that EVs are massively heavy in comparison to gasoline vehicles, that's not actually true. In some cases it is, but in general, it's not the case. It's not true. But in this case, this car is just heavier than it should be. But so are all Stellantis large SUVs or mid to large SUVs. And for $72,000, I just think there's better choices on the market. I don't think Jeep are going to sell anywhere near 1 million EVs between now and the end of next year in the US. That just sounds utterly nonsensical. Guys, what am I missing here? How are they going to make this happen? I know they plan on selling a cheap electric SUV or a cheap electric small car in America. That's awesome. $25,000, if that's true, amazing. But it's not even yet being produced. Anyhow, guys, I know I sound negative, but the truth is I do quite like this car. It just needs to go on a diet. Thanks for watching.